Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Hope you guys are doing well out there wherever you are. It's a really beautiful day here in Canada. Holy smokes, it's so stunning. I'm going to be doing this vlog for the 27th and the 28th. My sister just had a baby, so I'm going to be going and doing baby stuff for a little while. Luckily, astrologically, there's not a lot going on. We have the moon in Leo since about 2:30 this morning, right up until the 29th, around I think it's 11 a.m. EDT. Tomorrow, May 28th, Mercury moves into Cancer. So this is going to really change up a whole bunch of dynamics, guys, because we have this this Venus retrograde in Gemini, whose ruler is Mercury. So everything is going to take on a little bit more of a Cancerian tone. Now, Mercury in Cancer is really quite interesting because I think that they are intelligent because they incorporate their emotions into their thinking. So it's like they're almost like smarter because they don't forget to bring their heart into the equation. The problem is sometimes, or the shadow I'll say with Mercury in Cancer, is that there can be like a tendency to like I didn't really hear what you were saying because I was paying attention to your emotional state. Sorry. So like very psychic, but really not best friends with small details, not best friends with bars, graphs, numbers, tables necessarily, unless aspected by other things. There's not a lot of that in the next couple of days, so we're not gonna worry about it. What else can I really say about that? There can be a lot of subtleties going to come out through this in the next little while, guys. So be paying attention to things that feel like subconscious needs. Do be aware of a tendency for emotional blackmail if you feel people are criticizing you, because Cancer is so sensitive. It's their superpower, but it's also their downfall. So let's also keep in mind with this, there was something else that just like was just in my head about that. Oh yeah, this is like the cliche is like the homemaker vibe. So we might be nesting a little bit more, which actually will be quite lovely because we're all kind of stuck inside a little bit, and making the best use of that energy as we will. What else can I say? Moon is in Leo, right? So there is a time to celebrate, and the time is now. Leo moon's a really great time to get creative. It's a really great time to connect to children and like get into their magical world and kind of have a little bit more playful energy. This can be a really great time for appreciating the arts as well, like going to a play with someone you love, or being in a play. This is like you know, being really creative and sharing your talents with the world. Now is a really great time to do that. Okay, so now that my deck is like so shuffled, let's get into the daily energies and the pick a card. We're going to do what we always do. So I'll take a look into what the forecast is with the tarot, and then we will have cards 1, 2, and 3. We'll have the timestamps for those down below. I do recommend listening to all 3 because there's usually like a little bit of a interconnectedness in the messages. Of course, pay more attention to yours. You can already have your number in your head, and let's figure it out for the 27th and the 28th of May. This is gorgeous. Like, God, she just put her whole self into it today. It's so nice outside. Okay, what are the collective energies today and tomorrow? Actually, that's just feeling right. Okay, we've got the moon on the bottom of the deck. Cool. Cancer energy for sure, followed by the King of Wands and the Star reversed and the 9 of Wands. That's interesting. So guys, with the moon, this is, to me, always talks about facing fears. It always talks about coming out of illusion. This can be talking about deception. Wow, we've got some big major arcana themes. This is really cool. We've got the Emperor reversed, we've got the Chariot reversed, and we've got the High Priestess. And we've also got the Eight of Pentacles, bringing them all together, which is quite interesting because I don't really think of these guys as all hanging out at the same time, you know? Emperor and the Chariot, to me, if you want to personify them, they're like bros. They're like straight up bros. And the High Priestess, she's like in a different world, kind of. She's kind of more esoteric. She's more interested in things that are out of sight, maybe a little bit more introverted. And with the Eight of Pentacles, I think they're working together. That's quite cool. So, I mean, I'm all for this, guys. This is a marriage of like pop culture to spirituality. And I really do think that you can't really have one without the other because both are so powerful in the world that we live in right now. Wow, really interesting. Right off the bat. I do see the High Priestess as kind of interesting. It's like the only energy here, along with Eight of Pentacles, that's being expressed outwardly. The Chariot and the Emperor, who are both very, very driven, both very, I don't like saying masculine because gender politics are outdated, men, but like they're masculine. They're like that fiery young energy. They're like, I want to get it done. I want to do, I want to carry things forward. I want to get moving. But the High Priestess is the face that we're showing the outside world. Like internally, we might be feeling like, let's go, let's go, let's go. Like, you know, like, hoorah. But outside, we're showing like this serene face. We're showing ourselves to be quite composed. We're showing ourselves to be like on lock and like maybe connecting to like some higher level mysteries. Which would make sense with this moon card, you know, it's like, it's not everything meets the eye, you know? And I'm just hearing like with this, guys, maybe just be aware that people are, they have their reasons for showing you one face and keeping another hidden. With this High Priestess, I don't really see us getting behind that mask in the next couple of days, which is fine. Just a lot of time to do its thing and like unfold and like get juicy, you know? If there's something, a project that you want to be working on, I see the next couple of days as being like super nice for that. Let's get one more card just to clarify. We've got Three of Swords, Nine of Wands, and the Star. Interesting. Okay, I feel like we're guarding ourselves against some heartache here, but we're doing it with the Star reversed energy, which is like all about idealism. I feel like this battle, like, do you kind of, oh, they were like this on the table. So do you kind of see he's like, he's standing his ground, he's on the high ground, but he's looking back at the heartache. He's like, you know, this can be like a little bit of emotional deception that we're having with ourselves. With this, guys, this can be like, behind his back is like this idealistic energy or this like, this kind of like feeling that, you know, mentally, I feel like we might be getting into a place of like, oh, how do I say? It's like your head is telling you one thing and you're kind of like leaning on that so you don't have to acknowledge the hurt feelings. And that's why you're displaying this High Priestess face to the world. This is why you're like, no, it's fine. It's totally fine. When beneath the surface, you're like, I do kind of see us working through that though. So that's really cool. Right off the bat. I mean, like, really interesting energy to be working with for the next couple of days, guys. On to the next. Have your card 1, 2, or 3 in your head. Just gonna get a little mix up here and let's see what your own personal guidance is for this. I'll also have the timestamps down below along with the last look of the day. I'm feeling like probably going to be happening with the Oracle today because she's like looking real cute, you know what I mean? So, let's get into it. What are the collective messages to deliver today? Got 1. You've got 2. And you've got 3. Okay, guys. The bottom of the deck is the 5 of Swords. So, might be looking at our past as we move into the future. Wow, it's followed by the 4 of Wands and the 4 of Pentacles and the 2 of Cups. Okay, interesting. And the High Priestess is hanging out right next to this 2 of Cups, guys. So whatever this face that we're wanting to like present, this like mysterious, like too much mystery can kill the mystery. Okay, you know. And maybe this is kind of talking about like maybe there was a connection that you had with someone that felt like it was this marriage card, you know? And like these two together, this is like divorce. And you're feeling so protective of yourself after the divorce. And then like the 2 of Cups is right there. So I mean, this might be talking about that. If it's not relationship romantically, it can also be relationship that just asks a lot of you emotionally. You know, if you are new to this channel, I'll tell you right now, I'm not really big on doing relationship readings because I feel like a lot of relationship problems come down to communication and trusting your instincts. You know, like, girl, if he's acting weird, he's being weird, you know? So, all right. Okay, card number 1. We have for you the 10 of Swords reversed. Okay, card number 1. What's going on for you? Let's just clarify before we get into it too much. I really feel like this is you recovering from something. It can be that heartache piece. Or it can be lingering over long in heartache. Let's see how this plays out. And clarify this, please. Yeah, wow. Okay. The grieving period is over for you guys. Okay. Sorry. I'm like manic this morning, but it's fun, right? Okay. So this is just looking really, really strongly like there was a lot of like sadness and like overthinking about something and like feeling indecisive about something and like wondering when the hell something is going to change about something. And it's kind of looking like in the next couple of days that's going to change for you guys. Holy smokes. So the cards here are the High Priestess, the 2 of Cups reversed, and the Page of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so this is a sacred union, whatever this 2 of Cups energy is. This is, with the High Priestess here, this is, to me, past life. This can talk a lot about, I feel like in this situation, this really reads as like there was an ending to this, maybe because your energies combined were really making it challenging for you to understand where you stopped and they began. It's not necessarily codependency, but it is an energy of like you're twinning so hard. It's almost like other people can't get next to you. And I feel like your intuition got you to that place. And now you're this Page of Pentacles. You know, it's like you swung so far in one direction where you're like, I am one of these twin flame energy whatevernesses. And then like right back to the other where you're like, no, I'm my own person. And I need to have a life of my own, basically. And I think that's valid. You know, I think this is really interesting. There's just a lot of extreme energy here. So, you know, maybe allowing yourself to come out of this grieving period, whatever it is, and it's followed by the Page of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. So like whatever is coming next for you is great. It's making you feel spicy. It's making you feel impassioned. It's bringing you a sense of like purpose again that maybe you lost sight of when you were like caught up in this dynamic with this person. And it really does kind of feel like you're allowing that to go. You're kind of like remembering, you know what, like maybe you're saying to yourself, like, this person's always going to be part of me. Like, I will always love them. But you're coming through as the Page of Pentacles. Do you know what I mean? It's like, but I have to be selfish right now. You know, fair enough. Fair enough. If that's what you got to do right now, that's what you got to do. And I mean, like, this is 2 days. This isn't the rest of the month. It's like, work with that energy until it starts to stagnate is kind of the vibe that I'm getting here. Like, get into that place where you're like, I'm gonna do my own thing. I'm gonna feel like my own person again, with the awareness that is Gemini season, bro. Like, keep it light with your other people. Like, keep it light. And I feel like you're doing that. I really do. This High Priestess thing, I feel like, you know, as you clip those threads that keep you two tied lifetime after lifetime, I mean, like, you do you, boo. You do you. I'm gonna move on. I hope that resonates, and I will have the last look down below if you want, like, how do I work with that? Otherwise, I'm going to move on to card number 2. Card number 2, I have the 9 of Pentacles reversed for you. Very cool. I am reading this as, like, so interesting. These energies are always like, we're related, but we're like half brothers. You know what I mean? So go back if you haven't already watched message number 1. I would recommend doing that. Card number 2. This to me is talking a lot about I'm just trying to figure out, like, if this energy is expressing itself healthfully or not, and the energy I'm receiving is, like, not totally clear yet. Okay, maybe it looks like not so much. So you guys got the 5 of Swords. So the 9 of Pentacles in the reversal to me talks about being so, like, aloof and, like, untouchable that people kind of can't touch you. Yeah. And it kind of is reading, like, you know, like, this card is so beautiful. Like, her energy is so beautiful. She's like, I've got my own thing going on. I don't necessarily need to depend on anyone. She's got her emotions under control, so she can, like, fucking suck till the cows come home. You know what I mean? Like, don't do that. Be safe. But in this, with the 5 of Swords, I feel like this is, like, a revenge-y kind of vibe. It's like, there was maybe, like, a breakup with somebody, and you were like, no, I'm okay. You know, like the social media games that we all play where it's like, where sometimes people will, like, try and convince the other people watching that they're, like, totally fine with the breakup, when in reality you're both hurting a lot. That's what this is. Let's clarify further with the Knight of Wands and the Emperor reversed. Oops, daisies. Okay. Yeah, like, beneath the surface, you want to go. You want to, like, I feel like you want to move on or move back. And only you will know, because those are questions that you need to ask yourself. I do get the feeling that you're like, if this isn't a relationship dynamic, this is like a kind of thing where you want to have total control of a situation. Like, you feel divinely inspired in this situation. Maybe you are. May I have one more card to clarify this, please? That's not it. That's not it. We're just going to shuffle for a while. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You guys are feeling some kind of a defensive kind of a way. And that's where you're putting up this facade. That's why you're kind of being like, I'm okay. I don't need your help. I don't need your input. And it's like you're so aloof that other people can't reach you. It's because you won some kind of a victory here. There's kind of like a, beneath the surface, you you're in this place of like, I want total control of the situation because I'm feeling really like bound to it. Problem is, either you're relinquishing responsibility over part of it, or you're refusing to delegate. And I kind of am seeing this as like, you're refusing to delegate, which is kind of unfortunate, you know. Like the dialogue that you have for yourself within this situationship, it might be valid, but just do be aware that as long as you're in that place of like, I'm not going to allow people in to help me, you are going to be stuck in a different kind of way. You know, you may have been stuck to like what they wanted before, you're free of that, but now you're going to be stuck to your own stubbornness. Just be mindful that it doesn't get to the place where you can no longer openly converse about stuff. Like, oh, you know what I'm trying to say. That's it for you, card number 2. Card number 3. Okay. Okay, card number 3. You guys in your feelings today? I feel like your emotions are taking you out of the clouds and bringing you back down to earth. Card number 3. What am I feeling right here? What's going on with this? That's what it is. It's what am I feeling? So clever. Ace of Cups in the upright, it talks about like new beginnings emotionally. In the reverse, it's like being so overwhelmed by the emotional world that it's really quite hard to, just anything. Can I clarify this Ace of Cups, please? Nope. Oh, we're freestyling today. That's fun. I love these days. Okay, you guys have a lot going on. We got the World reverse, followed by the 8 of Cups. So you guys are not walking away from something, even though you know you should be. Or you are, I know this is like you're trying to, there's like a cycle here with the World reverse, and it's like this cycle is like trying to complete itself, but you're in this place where you're like, should I walk away? Should I stay? Is there more to learn here? And like with this Devil card, like y'all know. You don't need me to tell you. The Ace of Cups is accompanied. We've got the Devil on one flank, and we've got the Ace of Cups, and then we've got the 3 of Swords. So this really is talking about your emotions are trying to flow again so you can release this heartache. Don't walk back into that thing. Like this, draw a line. Just do it, you know? On the other side of it, like once you release that heartache, guess what you get? You get the Queen of Pentacles reversed, and you get the Knight of Cups, which is really quite beautiful. You know, the Queen of Pentacles can be all kinds of people and things and stuff. In this, there's also the Two of Wands reversed, right, like perpendicular. This is like waiting energy. This is patience energy. This is like an emotional honesty energy. This is also, to me, in this situation, it's like as soon as you release that heartache, you find security within yourself again, and you find that sense of patience that I feel like you're kind of wanting for things to turn around. There also might be like situationally, this doesn't have to be literal, this can be metaphorical. This can be like as soon as you like let go of this toxic X, Y, or Z, or this toxic person, or this toxic situation, or like this thing that is causing you to feel like you're not done with a cycle. It's like as soon as you release that, the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups come in with like a new sort of, so just give your love away freely is what I'm hearing for you guys. Like I'm really hearing like don't worry so much right now if it doesn't get reciprocated, because guess what? Everything that you put out into the universe finds its way back to you in one form or another. So just, I hope that resonates. Card number 3. I am going to go ahead and wrap this up. And we're going to do, not this stack. We're going to do the last look with the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. If you guys have Oracle decks that you love, please put it in the comments below. I am definitely in the market for another Oracle deck because I love them. And you know me, if you're new to this channel, well, then you don't. But if you do know, I'm particularly partial to like shadow work and like plutonic themes because I'm a Pluto person. Anyways, thank you. Okay, what is the card of guidance? That really didn't take long. Deep knowing. Deep knowing. Cool. We also got thinker hanging out and peace. Okay guys, so deep knowing is working with that High Priestess energy. I feel like if you remember at the beginning of the video, we're kind of talking about like showing the world one face, but like feeling like really like beneath the surface. Now we're tempering ourselves. This is what's happening here. This is like allowing ourselves to tap into, I don't like that turn of phrase. This is allowing ourselves to come on, Spirit, what are you trying to say right now? This is in the place of deep knowing. This is, projections are something to be aware of, not to act on. This is having dignity of the soul and operating from power. This is, working with the High Priestess energy. That's really kind of what I have for that. Maybe not. Can you see my hand shaking? This is like when Spirit's like, "This is what we got to say." And I'm like, "But what?" I'm just one person. Get still. Yeah, get into that still, quiet place where you know what to receive and what to reject. No, like get intimate with the psychic things that are coming up for you right now. It's okay to have your choices be like emotionally inspired, I'm feeling like, as long as they are coming from an empowered place, as long as they're coming from a place of like, this is my truth, and not a place of like fear. Whew. Glorious. Great, guys. Well, I hope you guys are having a great whatever time of day you find this. Also, guys, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your likes and your comments. It's awesome. I love it. The messages are timeless. The astrology is not. It's just the way she goes. I'll see you in your next reading in hopefully a couple of days. If not, take care, be well, and I will see you soon. Bye.